The self-directed approach encourages supporters and carers to establish important relationships with the individual and their families. It's an opportunity to act not just as an advisor, but as an enabler in someone's life. The role of the direct care worker was to fit the individual to a program. The options available were often group activities designed to accommodate a range of needs. Now the process is focused on the individual. The individual and their family communicate their preferences, and the support worker develops a program to fit the individual, helping them to pursue their goals and take control of their life.
I think the self-directed approach is to listen to what the person that you're supporting wants, not what you think that they need.
Ultimately, the main goal is to make sure that the clients are supported to do what they want to do during their day.
It's about people choosing where they want their lives to go.
When people in the industry are aware that the funding is attached to the client, there's more accountability towards the client. And because the client ultimately is the person who is your employer. Sylvia's been here longer than I have. She has high support needs and has complex communication, but she makes her choices known to people. She's a strong person, and it's really about listening to what Sylvia has to say.
Well, our day is how many Weet-Bix we can get down with our up and go. We're on an up and go challenge, and I don't know, we do different things each day, don't we? McDonald's, for example. We've been going there for a while now. We've actually made friends with the girls there.
I think the big turning point for Nicole was moving out of a day service and moving into supported employment, because it built her self-esteem. It gave her some more finances to be able to achieve the things she wanted to achieve.
Tell me about Sam. Tell me about how long have you known Sam?
A long time. She's part of the furniture. We have lots of fun. We go to the pictures, we do housework, we go do the banking, the doctors, shopping, we pay the telephone bill.
Doron's only been with Life Without Barriers for nearly 2 years, and in that 2-year period it's been fantastic, in more ways than I could ever explain.
Doron, he goes out to a local cafe. They know him really well now, so although he doesn't communicate his needs verbally, they know exactly what he wants and how he does communicate, so they can ask those questions and say hello.
We try and get to the park a couple of times a week. It's one of the really good things about the program. Doron likes to be outdoors, he likes to be active, he likes to be moving.
When Max came on board, I shadow shifted with Max and Doron to show my level of understanding, and Max has taken that on board instantly, developed his own skills with Doron and built an exceptionally good relationship. He has a ball, it's great. Whereas before he didn't. It was very, very sad.
I think the benefits of self-directed approach is that the person owns that.
The real benefit in working with the self-directed approach with Doron is that it allows us to avoid some of the things which are real challenges for him, and that is working in a group.
His previous day service, he was not allowed to mix with the clients because of his behaviours.
There is no limit. You don't have to fit into an existing program. We can actually just go and create one, which has been the case with virtually everything we've done. If it's thrown up as an idea, we can give it a try and see how well it works. I can meet with Alana and discuss a possible program on Wednesday, and we can be doing it on Friday. That's what makes it exciting, that you can do those things and you can do them quickly.
Goals would be set, at times for the person rather than with the person to achieve, and that would be put in place for 12 months, regardless of how it was going and whether or not it was a goal that really wasn't achievable in the first place, and we're setting people up to fail.
I found the limitations of a more traditional day service model was trying to get a new program started. If one individual wanted an activity, it was quite difficult. In a day centre setting, there's a a cost involved in providing individual support.
Individuality gets lost, independence gets lost.
The reality was you needed a group to be able to get an activity up and running.
So many people fly under the radar, if you like. They're just lost in the system and they don't get a chance to do what they want to do.
These days, direct support workers require skills that a whole different set of skills from 10 years ago. Like you have to have computer skills now, you have to have report writing skills, you have to be up to date with the legislation that's in place for these guys.
I'm glad when I first got into this, they made the so you have to do your certificate 4. I'm sort of glad they made that mandatory. Going to school, I don't gave you extra skills, the sort of things you had to think outside the box. We've had a couple of situations, I'll get out the notes and go, oh yes, I hadn't thought of that.
I think it needs to be promoted more with workers that it is a self-directed approach. If that person wants something, the person you support wants something that's important to them, within reason and within duty of care, that they're to listen to that and it's okay to do that.
The skill set has to change in terms of becoming more autonomous.
You need to be open-minded and you need to look for opportunities for those guys, because sometimes it might be an opportunity you see that they don't see, and vice versa as well.
Some of those challenges, that it's really relative to the funding that is already allocated to the client. Then you have the unit costs of the support workers that you may have to provide to support that client. That's where the problem lies. People may want one-on-one support and think that they can automatically just go to one-on-one support, which is a little bit tough, because to have one-on-one support is more expensive than being in a small group setting. You have to try and then see, okay, can you get a group of people together to pool their money to get what they need?
There might be other people that want to do that same thing, so we can create a group just for that sole purpose of having somebody, you know, inviting the wider community out to participate as well, not just people with disabilities.
Just try and take the can-do attitude. We do what we can do. It's like everyone, we all have certain things we like and dislike, and I'm not about to take someone into a crowded shopping centre if they don't like it. It's going to upset them, so we sort of have to, we've done that a couple of times, we learnt that lesson. But so we've got to try and come up with alternatives. That's a little bit challenging.
Communication now is more client focused, as opposed to just the house in general or the client group. They're more respected as individuals with individual needs.
We often discuss, how about this idea? How about that idea? And it'll be, yeah, no, okay, don't want to do that anymore. Is that about right?
Deron is much calmer when he knows what's happening. So I guess that's where that communication is making sure he's got a clear understanding of what we're going to do next.
If a person doesn't have verbal communication, we need to acknowledge that and work out different ways to communicate with them, either through pictures or other ways.
We see a decrease in behaviour for Deron and a decrease in behaviour for all clients that are actually actively involved in active support within the house.
Through the ISP process, or the individual support plans, you try to find out what interests people have. And you do that by talking to family members, you talk to the person themselves, and also from key workers and staff who've supported that person. You get a general picture of what makes people happy.
In Deron's case, we're really fortunate in that his sister is very involved with the planning and the evaluation of the program. We actually meet once a week.
Max is just amazing. He suggests things to me, he challenges me even, so he's really on the same page in terms of giving Doran the best opportunity to reach his potential. So we're extremely grateful and lucky that we've got Max.
What I find exciting is that the client has now had their world opened up to them.
The more we can encourage and the more we can give to our clients, the more choices, the happier people are going to be.
And from an organisation's point of view, it's just amazing that we can be involved in helping people realise their dreams.
With the introduction of the self-directed approach, support workers are experiencing a period of change in their employment conditions. Although there are some challenges, the new model represents many new and diverse development opportunities and flexibility of hours. Most importantly, it lets support workers offer the best possible opportunities to their individuals and see them participate in the community.